All right, we're going to take a look at what seems like a totally ordinary website for a local plumber. But trust me, hiding right there in plain sight is a marketing strategy so clever, you will never look at a local business website the same way again. And it all kicks off with this really bizarre question. On the Dr. Drain website, tucked right in between info on sump pumps and sewer cleaning, there's a full-on demographic breakdown of a Chicago suburb. Why? I mean, what on earth would a plumber need with census data? This is the mystery we're about to unravel. So here's how we're going to break it down. First, we'll just look at the peculiar website itself. Then we'll decode their sales pitch and see how they're targeting locals. After that, we get to the really good part, uncovering the unlikely SEO secret. And finally, we'll see how it all comes together in the modern marketing playbook. Okay, so let's start at the surface. Every local business website has a sales pitch, right? And this one starts by casting a very, very wide net. And I mean, they list everything. You've got power rotting, hydrojetting, video inspection. It goes all the way down to super specific problems like bathtub drains and toilets. Now, this isn't just for your information. Nope. It's designed so that any possible search term someone with a plumbing emergency might frantically type into Google gets caught. They're making sure they don't miss a single one. And this is the real key. You see this phrase repeated over and over and over. They get the customer's mindset perfectly. Think about it. Nobody is just casually browsing for drain repair services. It's always an emergency. You've got a problem, you need it fixed right now. And this website basically screams, we are the immediate solution to your very urgent problem. All right, so we know what they do. Now let's look at who they're trying to reach. This is where things start to get a lot more sophisticated. See, they're not just trying to be a plumber, they're trying to be your plumber. Just listen to the language here. They're not just saying, hey, we fix clogged drains. They're saying, we understand the specific problems right here in Mount Prospect. You know, the tree roots, those old sewer lines. This isn't just generic marketing. It's a direct play to build immediate trust. They're positioning themselves as the local experts who know your town and, by extension, your exact problem. And that brings us right back to our central puzzle. If they're so laser-focused on local plumbing issues, why in the world is there a census report on the website? Let's actually look at the data they've got here. It's surprisingly detailed. The data is shockingly specific. First up, they list the total population, 56,852. Then it drills down to the number of households in the village, 20,855. And it just keeps going, right? Down to the median household income. You have to ask yourself, why would a plumber care about any of this? What is the strategy here? They even have a chart visualizing the racial makeup of the village. It's a complete, if totally random, demographic snapshot. Why would a plumber do this? Well, here's the secret. The big secret is none of this information is actually meant for you. It wasn't put there for a human reader at all. It was placed on the site for one audience, and one audience only, a search engine algorithm. This is a textbook and frankly brilliant example of search engine optimization, or SEO. By loading the page with all this unique, factual, super local data, the website is basically screaming at Google that it's an authority on all things Mount Prospect. When Google's algorithm crawls the page and sees all this, it thinks, wow, this page must be extremely relevant to this specific area. So when someone in Mount Prospect searches for plumber near me, who do you think Google is going to recommend first? So now let's zoom out and see how all these different pieces, the huge list of services, the specific local language, and that bizarre census data all fit together into one powerful digital marketing machine. This is the playbook. It's beautiful. First, you target hyperlocal keywords, repeating Mount Prospect over and over. Second, you list every single possible service and town you cover to catch any search variation. Third, and this is the secret weapon, you create that authoritative local content using the census data to prove to Google that you're the most relevant result around. And finally, you drive the clicks with those big, clear, 24/7 emergency calls to action. So what we're really looking at here isn't just a simple online business card. No way. It's a finely tuned machine. Every single word, every number, and every list has been engineered for one single purpose, to be the #1 result when someone in their service area has a plumbing crisis and turns to Google for help. And that leaves us with a pretty fascinating question, doesn't it? This plumber's website was hiding a masterclass in digital strategy. It really makes you wonder, What other secrets, what other clever stories are hiding just beneath the surface of the websites you scroll through every single day?